So back in the day after the earthquakes, there was obviously the blueprint that the government established. We were really fortunate with that because it designated land to the stadium. So the government effectively gave us the block of land we're standing on now, and at the same time in 2017 they gave us 220 million towards the build of it. There was a bit of a discussion around the size of it. Ultimately that was looked to be de-scoped for a while, but the people of Christchurch came out in their droves to up-spec it back to where it should have been. So we're going to have 25,000 permanent seats, another 5,000 temporary, and I think the seating capacity and the standing capacity for concerts is well over 30,000, 35,000. So it's going to be huge, and I think it's going to be one of the best in the Southern Hemisphere. You know, the other good thing about this is that it's going to be 100% electric. So there's no gas on site, anything like that. We're going to have things like 20,000 square metres of vegetation around the place as well. So while it's a lot of concrete, actually at the same time we're going to make sure it takes its place in the city and is something that we can all be proud of. We're halfway through the project, so it'll be finished by April 2026. At the moment it's on time and on budget, which is fantastic, one of those record-breaking projects in that sense. But it's going to be great for Christchurch. The reality is there's a lot of local spend, even in the construction period, but also from the team we have managing it when it's open. There'll be a lot of local suppliers used, and again we'll have a lot of events, a lot of concerts here, so it's going to be a great thing. What we did was we set up a process where we front-loaded a lot of risk onto the contract time, which meant that we've got a fixed price budget on the job. But one of the requirements we had was that actually they need to spend locally with local contractors. And it makes sense, you know, this is a city asset. Our city people should benefit from it while it's being built as well. Venues Otatahi are going to be really looking at how we manage procurement. So what they're doing with food and all that kind of stuff, they'll spend locally for us. You take that and you take the economic activity from the stadium, you're looking at nearly $50 million a year in benefit to Christchurch. So that can only be a good thing. So one of the big questions I get asked is how much is this costing us? In this year's annual budget at council, that's about 2% on the rates increase. So while it's a big number, I think it's outweighed by the economic benefit to the city. And the reality is that after the earthquakes, the council signed up to delivering a stadium, so we have no choice but to get on and do it. We expect to be open in April 2026. We haven't yet locked in our first concert, but as soon as we do, we'll let everyone know. But I think it's going to sell out. It'll be really good for the city.